What is going on, gang? This is your boy Marcus Washington, and you're on the mark where we talk everything Falcons football. This stream is going to be a little janky because I'm not at home. Actually, I'm in the process of moving, so I need this buy as much as the Atlanta Falcons need this buy. Uh, so my next stream after game after the Bills will be absolutely epic. Let me know if y'all can hear me good in the stream, fam. We did what we needed to do against a depleted Redskins team. They were without a lot of pieces. Um, we still did what we needed to do. Um, Everybody says it sounds like I'm on a prison phone. Yeah, this is gonna be janky, man. Um, Again, I don't have a mic or whatever, but yeah, man, Atlanta did what they were supposed to do. Uh, Offense looked good. What I did like is the fact that we weren't running the play clock. We were actually playing with pace a lot of the time. Um, do I feel like this is something that is going to continue? Again, I'm slow playing this, fam. The reason why I'm slow playing this, there was still some play calls in this offense. I'm like, Zach, what are you doing? He tried to get cute in the first quarter. Uh, and I just didn't understand the logic of that play. Also, when we had Tyler Algier, I think it was the first or second quarter, he threw a toss to Algier, and I'm like, that's not Tyler's game. Tyler did have a good game. Some of those touchdowns, the two touchdowns that Tyler got and Bijan got, those were just monster runs, fam. I thought Bijan was down, but listen, Bijan is an absolute monster. This is an absolute monster, bruh. Um, so the run game got on track. Penix played awesome. Outside of that pick, where I really wasn't mad at that, man, you have to have your quarterback make those types of throws. You have to. He's in his seventh start. So I'd rather get this out of the way while we had a lead. We had an 11-point lead when he threw the pick. So I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, they score a touchdown. We're still up. So, uh, but some of those plays he threw down the field. Oh my, those two throws to Drake London. Woo! And Drake, man, listen, they fired the wrong guy. This wasn't on the wide receivers coach. Who needs to get fired is our special teams coach. Again, they gave up a couple of big runs on special teams. Watts got hurt, but then he bounced back and caught a damn pick. Watts is the truth, bro. Um, but I mean, I expected us to beat a depleted Washington team. And I'm gonna take this because I'm smoking on a Communist pack. Yeah, yeah. So, I don't know what went on in the NFC South. I don't know if Carolina ended up losing or Tampa. Last time I checked, Tampa was getting the brakes beat off of them by the Eagles. So if we have a good Sunday, we're all at 2 games apiece. We still don't move at all. We're still at third place because we're 0-2 in the division. But the test is going to be after the bye when we play Buffalo. That's gonna be it. I'm not about to jump on here and say, man, you know what? This is we had 2 running touchdowns that were just amazing runs. Um, did Zach's offense look better? Yes. Yes. Penix looked way, way better than he did. Stood in the pocket strong. Kyle Pitts got a touchdown. And listen, man, Darnell Mooney, bro, listen. We just need to go ahead and part ways at the end of the season, man. He can't stay healthy. He was out with the shoulder. Then he went out early with the hammy. Casey Washington came in. I think he caught two. He caught 2 passes. I think one went for a first down. Um, but yeah, it's a feel good win, man. It's a good bounce back win. Uh, Potentially season saving win. Because if you lose to Washington with them being without a lot of key players, bro, go on ahead and scrap it. Uh, Defense, solid performance. They gave up that late one to Debo, but I mean, this is Debo Samuels. He just beat the coverage. It is what it is. Um, but as far as Zach Ryan, nothing changes for me. Nothing changes for me. The offense looked better. It looked better, but again, this is what you're supposed to do to a team like this. Buffalo, and we said this at the beginning of the season when I had us up like 3 games or 2 games. Buffalo is the test. Buffalo is the test. If you can put this offense against Buffalo, then now we're talking. Now we're talking. Um, but I like the fact that Zach had Tank in pretty much held most of the fourth quarter. Bijan got off, but I think they ended up splitting. I think Bijan got like 17 carries. Tank might have got 17 carries. But the thing is, man, we have to keep this pace. Um, Special teams coach, I'm eyeballing you, bro. They fired the wrong guy. They fired the wrong guy. Uh, how we ended up touching the ball on the what was that, the punt return, dude. I'm like, get this guy up out of here. None of your players should have been remotely close to that ball. And this is the third game special teams has been they've been asked for 2. This one they were right above ass, they were lower back. But I'm sitting here like, what in the hell is going on here? So again, and I mean, there's a lot more to break down with this, man. I'm in the car. This is kind of a struggle pod, but Raheem, clock management issues. Again, second quarter. Call your timeout, bruh. I don't know what Raheem was thinking with letting the time drop when we can get the ball back and go score again. But at this point, I'm like, I'm not about to give myself a migraine about this type of stuff. These are just that's just the way Raheem's built. Raheem's almost built to win the game and not embarrass the other team. That's what it seems like at times, bro. I want to put my foot on this team's neck. But sometimes I think Raheem he makes these decisions based on he's not playing to embarrass the other team because he wants to be buddy-buddy with these guys. The way I'm looking at it, man, fuck Dan Quinn, fuck Marcus Mariota. Let's beat the absolute dog shit out of him. Get up out of here. Even in the fourth quarter, that game was still it was still too close for me, bro. Beat the brakes off these teams, man. Get them the fuck up. Hey, listen, y'all can kick back a beer after the game. But these are mortal enemies when you're on the field. Ain't no friends when it's competition. Ain't no friends. But Bijan today, man, just some of these cuts, bro. Some of these cuts, and this isn't something you see every Sunday. And so when people talk about, man, that ain't nothing, cut it out. You ain't seeing no other running backs do this. That touchdown run, I actually turned away for a second because I thought Bijan was down. Then I look up, they talking about touchdown. I'm like, huh? Bro, listen, the boy built different. Bijan is built different. And I like the fact that Tank got busy too. So again, Zach, this is what you're supposed to do to a team like this. So I will give him credit. Definitely on the play clock. The game ran a lot smoother with his ass on the sideline. A lot smoother. We were getting line with like 20, 22 seconds on the clock. I'm like, see, this is what I want to see right here. And you can tell that helped Michael Penix also. Penix was able to see what was out there, you know. So again, good bounce back win, man. I'ma feel good smoking on a commie pack for 2 weeks. I gotta smoke on it for 2 weeks because we're on a bye. But I do feel good about this win, but it's a little tempered because I know what's coming in 2 weeks. I know what's coming. And they're going to have to put this same product offensively out on the field against the dude. The Bills defense isn't a world beater. You can score on that defense, and you're going to need to score because you got Josh Allen running up in here. The one thing that they do know how to do is score. You're going to need to score against this team. So that's what I'm looking towards. Um, it's good to have this type of conference win under your belt because you never know how this might play out late in the season. Last year, that mattered. That definitely mattered last year with Washington beating us. Country says, "What are we doing with Pitts at the end of the year, Marcus?" I have no idea. When they use him, he's productive, and they got him on a touchdown off of Reed. Man, Penix played a great game, man. He played a great game. Outside of that pick that nobody's gonna give two shits about. Honestly, when Penix threw the pick, I didn't even care. I'm like, I'd rather see this kid go down the field with the ball. This dinking and dunking, fuck that. And we went down the field a couple of times. One of the issues I had with the commentator, I don't think it was JJ, where he was like, yeah, this is Atlanta's game. I'm like, bro, we have not went down the field all year. What the fuck are you talking about? But as far as keeping Pitts, I don't know, man. I honestly don't know what we're gonna do. When you use him, he's productive. When you don't, he's just another body on the field. So do you want to pay out that type of money to keep your tight end? Do you want to look for another one in the draft? And honestly, it depends on what coach is here at the end of the year. Justin says, Bucks lose, so we're only a game back. All right, cool. All NFC South. Okay, everybody lost but us. Hey, man, shout out to the Saints, man. Y'all are making my Sundays a lot better. Don't think I ain't looking at y'all. Even when we lose, I look at y'all. It just gives me it brightens up my Sunday. Knowing y'all gonna be absolute trash all year. It brightens it up a little bit. And knowing y'all gonna be this way for a while. Now, listen, Saints fans, let me holler at you. Go on ahead and play for that first pick. Go on ahead and play for it. Y'all 0-4 right now. Go on ahead and play for that first pick, baby. Man, I'm smoking on the Saints pack too. So I gotta sing it. Smoking on a Saints pack. Yeah. Every time y'all lose, I'm just gonna smoke on an extra pack. But y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all in salary cap hell. Kamara, the only reason Kamara is there is for the check. And Kamara might be calling for a trade next year. Y'all got some guys that are on the verge of retirement. Y'all got two trash-ass quarterbacks. No hope inside. What y'all gonna do? Honestly, now that I think about it, what y'all gonna do? Draft another quarterback? Y'all just drafted one that your whole fan base hated that you drafted because Shador Sanders was sitting right there. Y'all pass on Shador, get this other guy who's absolute ass. Y'all got Spencer Rattler the year before. He's absolute ass. What y'all gonna do? Draft another? And y'all can't even attract a quarterback over there. Who the fuck wants to go play for the Saints? Who does? Y'all got nothing over there. Nothing. So y'all gonna be straight ass cheeks for the foreseeable future. And I love it. I love it. So I'm smoking on 2 packs. But as far as we go, man, we got to keep this offense, bottle this up, and then continue to build on it weekly. But man, I'm telling you, my faith in Zach Robinson, bro. Some of this play calling, I'm like, boy, if you do not have Bijan, if you do not have a generational talent like Bijan, boy, some of these run plays get stopped at the line. It's just the utter genius of this man's running. And Drake, I think Drake ended up with like 108 yards. Um, Again, man, this is the connection we saw with Drake and Michael Penix last year. But it was going down the field, not this dinking and dunking shit that we've been doing for the last 3 weeks. Listen, you gotta take the training wheels off the kid. The kid knows how to ride a bike. Just let him throw. The INTs, like I said, leading up to this game, the first play should have been a deep shot. If it would have been a pick, so the fuck what? You got it. This is how you build a kid's confidence. This is what he's comfortable in doing. You know, Penix had a couple of pump fakes and man, great game. Great game by Penix. Great game by Bijan, Tank, the O-line. I don't know. Did they get to Penix today? I'm not 100% sure. Um, but yeah, the offense did what they were supposed to do. I'm gonna need that 2 weeks. Country says Drake's got a 5th-year option coming up. You pick that up. Now his agent gonna be talking extension. Which to me, you keep Drake. Pitts, I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep it real, and I've been a Pitt supporter for a minute, man. I don't know. James says there's 1 sack on Penix, but Penix is learning, man. Listen, when he starts to use those legs, when a play goes bust and there's a lane, and he did it a couple of times this game where that lane kind of opened up. All right, fuck this. I'm gonna get mine. But the way that Zach had this offense running, I'm like, bro, you frustrating these guys. Did the same thing last year with Kirk Cousins. And Kirk Cousins got frustrated around this time last season. Now, if you can produce this same offense in 2 weeks against Buffalo, that it's doable. It is very doable. The Bills do not have a top flight defense. You can do this. You come off a bye, riding high off a win like this at home, and you go drop a dud against Buffalo, we're going to be right back where we started last week. Dex says, what's up, Mark? It seems to me they were using Bijan like the Rams used Marshall Faulk. What you think? It's kind of similar to, Faulk, Christian McCaffrey. There was one catch Bijan leaped up to catch. Oh, my man, listen. This is a generational talent, bro. Told people that when we drafted him. You can't walk past this type of guy. I know people were looking at defense and a pass rusher, which, by the way, let me give a shout out to these rooks. Let me give a shout out to these boys. They was coming from Mariota. But you don't pass up on a guy like this. That now is paying just major dividends. The little soft wheel route he had coming out of the backfield that almost broke for a tutty. But no, you don't see running backs do what Bijan's doing on a weekly. You don't see that. Philip said, contain Allen, make him beat you from the pocket. Hey man, Obrick's got his hands full with this kid. He's got his hands full. You got 2 weeks. You got you got 2 weeks to plan for him. You got your hands full. That's a big kid, man. Got a big arm, knows how to run. He got his hands full. There's a reason why they gave him MVP last year, which again should have went to Lamar Jackson. But you know that voter fatigue is a real thing. So if you can mitigate the damn damage, but your offense got to put up what it put up today. That's just the bottom line. You gotta score touchdowns. And this is what we saw today is what, many assume we would see on a weekly basis with Atlanta in week 1. But now we're at a point to where it's like, okay, fool me once, fool me twice. Y'all know how it goes. So now fans are going to be looking at this like, okay, this was good against a depleted Washington team. We need to see this against a quality team. That's how you're going to get a lot of the fans really off the porch again. I'm going to talk cash shit regardless because this is my squad, but you got to be consistent. Great bounce back win. Great bounce back win. Those guys were out there playing with purpose. After getting embarrassed to a team, they should have scrubbed up, to be honest. So next time we play Carolina, that's personal. That's got to be personal. That's got to be personal. And see, I don't think Raheem's that type of coach. After a loss like that, I'm putting Carolina's game, I'm circling that. When we see them next time, we gonna whoop they motherfucking ass. They gotta pay for that. With this type of offense that we saw today, you'd easily get past Carolina. Greg says, Marcus, what the fuck? Zach's ass was in the box for anyways. You got to earn your way up to. Well, they said, man, that was a personal preference. But again, I don't know what was going on with the communication from the box to the helmet, but those plays were coming in a lot faster. He was playing with pace. He was mixing it up. But there's a level of accountability when you're on the sideline. There's a level of accountability. You can't be bullshitting on the sideline. People start looking at you funny. Coach start looking, and he can physically see you. Quarterback starts looking at you funny. The energy different. It's different. When you call it from the box, you ain't worried about no goddamn player getting in your face. When you up there fucking up, you ain't worried about that. Down on the field, though, all eyes on you first quarter. And plus, Raheem can go over there. Hey, fuck going on over here? What you calling? So now you got some splaining to do when you're down there on the sideline. But it helps your young QB also. Okay, what did you see on that series? Well, man, I saw the middle linebacker coming in. Hey, listen, this is what we need to do. Let's set it up for the next series. Why it's so easier, and even veteran quarterbacks benefit from their coordinator being on the sideline. They might run a play goes bust. He go to the sideline. Hey, man, what happened? Well, this is what I saw. Okay, now the next time I draw it up, it's a lot easier for communication purposes. Yeah, you can talk to the OC from the box, but fuck that. Now you saw the communication there was no problems with communication. Ain't nobody talking about no the headset acted up. We couldn't the communication ain't gonna be no talk of that come the press conference. I can fucking guarantee you that. We had to hear about that last week. Well, the communication in the helmet went out for 4 series. We won't hear none of that. Alberto says, Marcus, are you concerned on the defense against the Bills? Washington and the Panthers scored 30 on us. Uh, well, Washington had the late touchdown to Debo, and then they put up the field goal. That was 10 points. But outside of that, not really. When you look at, let me say this. They got to be prepared because Buffalo's going to put up points. That's just the bottom line. They're going to put up points. I'm worried about the offense because the offense is going to have to match those points that Buffalo puts up. Carolina it got out of hand quick. It was 0-10 at halftime. And then from the fourth quarter, from the halftime on up, hell, they had the ball on our side of the field. A pick six, and then they just clocked out because the game was out of hand. Matt says AJ should be back versus Buffalo, but we lost Mooney again to a hamstring. Hey, man, I want to see Casey White. If Mooney can't go, just put him on the bench, man. Because even when he's been in, he hasn't really been effective. So with a hammy and a shoulder, just go ahead and shut him down for about 4 weeks. Let's see what Casey can do. Let's see what the youngin can do. Country Boy says, all in all, the game was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of fans were smoking on a pack. This is a good pack to smoke on. A bounce back pack? Oh yeah. Bounce back pack got a little sweetness in it. And at home too? Man, shit. What's going on, Dom? Let's see. GA says, what's going on? It says, hey, Mark Raheem must have heard you. There was no smiling or gum chewing. Man, that field is a battlefield. Only time I want to see smiling is when we win it. He's the head coach. These soldiers go as you go. And that's the bottom. We got embarrassed last week, man. We got embarrassed. Those guys were out there playing with pride. And the fact that, hey, if we lose to this team, our coach probably gone. This season probably over. So this was a must win. This was an important game. Now, we might look back at this game and be like, the Carolina game is where we got our nuts. We might look back at that game, but again, I'm tempered because of what Washington came in here with. Marcus, throw it from the butt. Mariota. They were without McLaurin. I think they were out. Out another receiver too. This is what you're supposed to do to a team like this. You're supposed to beat a team like this. The real test, where I'm gonna jump off the porch like Flying Brian, is Buffalo. You go and beat Buffalo. I'm off the top rope like Flying Brian. Now we can talk about something. But right now, Zach he's on probation with me. He's on probation. This was his first week of probation where he had to come see us as a fan base. So next week, we on probation office. We on vacation. We come back and we reconvene his probationary period. Be his second week. But I'm not ready to crown Zach based off this performance when two of those touchdowns came off of monster runs. What's going on? What's going on, Larry? From the Dixon Way. Y'all be sure to go over there and show him some love and subscribe. As well as the Coach's Corner. Y'all be sure to go over there and subscribe. He's just started his stuff up. But yeah, I'm not ready to crown Zach. Zach put up 30 on Buffalo, which is, again, doable. Okay, that's 2 weeks of probation. All right, we might consider taking the ankle monitor off of him. Maybe. But he's going to get a reprieve. He's going to get some breathing room. But 14 of those points, Bijan with just a beautiful run. That was a beautiful run. And then Tyler Algier just, hey, I'm getting this touchdown. I'm getting this. You know, he had to Penix had to throw to Pitts, and had to throw to Drake for a tutty. And both of them were wide open, by the way. So Zach gonna get some credit. But there was some play calling, bro. I'm like, a 3rd and 1 where we got stopped, used Bijan. I'm like, bro, come on now. We've been here before. A 3rd and 1, Bijan don't need to be in there. That's Tank's job right there. But again, I think sometimes he tries to be sexy with the play call. King says this was about the time he went off last season of Ways for Real. Yeah, like it was when Kirk started to get busy. And again, you can kind of make the argument some of these players are carrying Zach. But I'm gonna give him some credit this week. You plus 30 scoring. You didn't put up anything last week. So he's got to get some of the credit. And what stuck out most to me was the communication. We weren't taking forever to get the play in. We weren't always running it down to 3 seconds. Some of these plays came off. Fam, there was like 17, 18 seconds left on the clock. I'm like, this is what I want to see right here. But also it helps your young quarterback out when he gets to the line. Now he's got time. Penix looked a lot better this game than the previous 3 weeks. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with the ball. This is what I want to see in our young quarterback. Larry says, why is the OC on the sideline and won't talk to the QB on the sideline to see what Penix was seeing, especially on that pick? Again, I think Penix knew that pick was on him because the receiver was open. He just didn't put he ain't put that air up there. So immediately he knew it was a pick. And so with that one, I don't think there wasn't even nothing to talk about. It's like, hey man, I missed that throw. Which again, I don't mind because a young quarterback has to take these types of throws. Sometimes you're gonna hit, sometimes you ain't. I'll tell you what's unacceptable. That pick Marcus Mariota threw to Watts. And the reason being is Mariota been in the league for a while. But that's what I expect from throw it from the butt Mariota. And let me tell you why this is also another good feeling. For once, we don't have to worry about 2 guys that used to be on our team coming back and getting that revenge game on us. Now we can be like, yeah, well, we don't have to worry about hearing that shit all week. But I agree with you. Um, Again, they didn't really show. I didn't really see a lot of the sideline pans to Zach Robinson. There was a couple of times he was over there by Raheem Morris. But again, this is the type of offense I want to see. And it's really contingent on the players. If you don't have Bijan, you don't get that touchdown. That running back gets stopped. But he's on probation. First week, he's good. He's good. He's good. I'll give him that. But if we would have lost from throw it from the butt, wee, pink slips, pink slips. So yeah, man, we get to smoke on a pack. Um, Justin says, "How about Jalen Walker? Kid is coming along nice." Hey, man, I like the fact that we getting pressure on quarterbacks now. Because sometimes, and this happened with Mariota a couple times. This game, we didn't get him on the ground, but he had to throw the ball away, or he had to run out of bounds or do something else because there was pressure on him. We used to have in a defense that I have the quarterback sitting back there long enough to make a sandwich and a collect call. Hello? You have a collect call from, hey man, I'm out here stunting on these Falcons, shouty. Press 1 if you want to accept. 2. Hey, hold on, man. Let me throw this first down real quick. We used to that. Now quarterbacks can't even make phone calls. They either got to get it to the target or we own them. And that has a lot to do with our DC. Now, 30 points on paper looks bad. It looked awful last week. Awful. But we came in number 1 in passing defense. And if you look at this game, they really didn't do nothing. They really didn't do anything. That Debo touchdown added a lot of fluff to the numbers. But again, 2 weeks from now, we got a goddamn hands full. And that game has more meaning than it did in the offseason when we were talking about it. You get past Buffalo. That's a 2-game winning streak. Let's say Tampa loses again. Let's say Carolina loses again. The Saints are going to lose again, right? That's a fact. But let's just say Carolina loses again, which is possible. Their only win is against us. Tampa Bay they could easily be 0-4. They blew the doors off of nobody. This is what irritates me when I look at this goddamn franchise. I'm like, bruh, we should be dusting this division. But you beat Buffalo, you're 2 up, Tampa loses. Next thing you know, hey, we got the same record. Carolina loses. Hey, what do you know? And actually, what the fuck am I talking about? I think we're in second place anyway, because Carolina only had 1 dub on them. So we should be second. But yeah, you gotta start being consistent. You gotta start posting dubs. You can't be on fire 1 week and then the next week you're ice cold. We can't have this up and down roller coaster. We gotta have consistency. We gotta have it on the offense. So again, take what you did today, bottle it the fuck up, and improve on it. You know Bijan gonna be a monster. You know he's gonna be a monster. All right, let's start opening the playbook up. Get Kyle Pitts more involved. We see Drake London go off today. Start opening that bitch up. Then you start spreading it out, and all of a sudden you're a nightmare on offense to these defenses. But I'll give Raheem credit. He's about a year too late. But bringing Zach Robinson down to the sideline actually helped this team. If for nothing else, the communication. But you got to give this kid what works for Michael Penix is his arm. He's confident enough that he can throw it in spaces. He's confident enough that he can air that bitch out on a deep ball and get a completion. Play to this kid's strengths. He looked completely different today as far as last week. And when we look at this tape, oh, you can tell Penix was from the offset. I'm about to tear into this team's ass. You got a team coming in depleted. Man, let's get this thing in the air. Some hit, some missed. Just the nature of football. But you got to take shots. You have to. Because you end up in situations, even with I think it was a third down that Michael Pitts caught. Not Michael Pitts, that Kyle Pitts caught, and the defense got caught for pass interference, and he still caught it. You have to give your guys opportunities. You got to. And again, if you're confident in Zach Robinson doing this for the rest of the year, my hat's off to you. But I got to see him do this week in and week out. But for this week, we going to be smoking on a commie pack and a complimentary Saints pack. A complimentary one. That's going to be all year. So no matter what happens, we're going to be able to smoke on a complimentary Saints pack at the minimum. At the minimum. And what's going to make my day even sweeter is, of course, I'm going to catch everybody else's live. Larry at the Dixon's Way, Coach's Corner. Of course, the Birdcage, Smitty, and them guys, Uncle Steve. I'm going to catch all those throughout the week. But boy, I'm going to squeeze in some dessert. I'm going to squeeze in some Saints fans podcast. That's dessert to me. That's the cherry on top. I'm gonna get me, and I'm gonna be a glutton this week. Oh, I'm about to get fat off these Saints podcasts. Because I know they calling for everybody to get fired. So people was getting on us for getting Zach Robinson out the paint. Oh, fam, I can guarantee you, they want their coach gone. They want their OC gone. They want their DC gone. They wanted their coach gone last year. They want everybody gone. So yeah, while I'm smoking on a commie and a Saints pack, I'm gonna be kicked back, getting me some of this dessert in. Now I ain't gonna get petty like I used to. I used to jump into the comment section and just be an asshole. I'm growing. Alberto says Marcus beating Dan Quinn deserves another pack. Yeah. Packs all around, man. Packs all around. But my thing is, we got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. So I don't want this to be a situation where Raheem has them just playing lackadaisical in practice and shit, and we took our foot off the gas when we went up to Minnesota and beat them. Oh no. This is a very sensitive spot we're in as a team. We won at home. We beat Washington. We beat them soundly. We're going to celebrate this win. But now remember, they ain't have Jaden Daniels. They ain't have McLaurin. We did what we were supposed to do. We got Buffalo rolling in 2 weeks. So that's what we need to get ready for. So let's smoke on this pack. And this is for the team. Let's smoke on this pack for about 2 days. We back to business. We back to business come Wednesday. And we locked the fuck in. I know we got to buy. We locked in. I need everybody completely focused. And see, that's what the head coach has to be good at. The fans are going to be locked in. That's just how we built. We wired that way. I'm already locked in for Buffalo because I know how important that game is going to be. You get past them, you rattle up two straight wins. Dude, Tampa is not beating the brakes off of teams. So there's a positive in this division. You can still pull this off. And this was the start. Had you lost this game, it's damn near next to impossible because you can't trust nothing. But we saw what this offense could do. Communication was better. Michael Penix played a lot better. Everybody played better. And that's what you need to build on and carry into for the remainder of this season. Raheem, what's going on? He says, but we didn't have AJ though. I think he cancels out there. Yeah. That's another thing. You can tell like AJ is missed. AJ is definitely missed. But this defense is getting after the quarterback. And they're doing what they're supposed to do. Debo kind of got busy in the fourth. But I mean, that's Debo Samuel. That ain't no scrub. You know what I mean? Like sometimes a good player just beats you. And they made a conscious effort in the second half to get Debo involved. Debo is also one of those guys that once he catches the ball, he's hard to get, with first contact. Couple of those plays, we had to gang tackle him. So sometimes the other side, they got players too. But with that being said and done, fam, your boy is going to get up out of here. I'm going to enjoy smoking on this pack. That is oh so lovely right now. Be sure, fam, be sure to catch other Falcons creators' content, fam. I cannot say that enough. And one of the reasons, and you can call this low-key hating, and I'm cool with that. Creators outside of our creators shouldn't be getting the views that Falcons creators should be getting. And I see this happen sometimes where you'll get creators that'll talk about our game and they're not really Falcons creators and they be having like 3,000 or 4,000 goddamn views. And I'm like, and a lot of the shit they be talking about, you can tell they're not really fans. Right? So support Falcons content creators, fam. I cannot say that enough. Even Smitty, even though Smitty climbing up there like 800,000 subscribers. Support everybody, man. A1, AFN, everybody, man. The people that take time out of their day to talk specifically about this team, man, be sure to go out and support those guys, man. And y'all know I don't ask for likes or hey, subscribe. That just ain't me. But support these other channels, man, that take their time to talk Falcons football with you guys. Now I will promise you the Buffalo game, yeah, we'll be up and running. And it'll be the best stream of the year thus far on this channel. But I've been moving and shaking, man. I got a lot of stuff I got going on. I'm moving, all that stuff. So yeah. With that being said though, fam, I'm up out of here. Y'all have yourselves Sunday, a fantastic Sunday, and we'll reconvene probably Saturday or whatever. We taking it easy on the bye. But I'm out. Peace.